Joining us now is Yoram Dori, an Israeli strategic advisor that served closely with the former Israeli President Shimon Peres for 26 years. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
So it's no secret that in the early 1990s, before you started working with Shimon Peres, you were working with Yitzhak Rabin, and you weren't necessarily a great supporter of Peres. Years later, though, you became one of his closest confidants. How did that happen?
First of all, it's very difficult for me to explain it. I can only say what happened in the early 1990s. The primaries between Shimon Peres and Yitzhak Rabin. I, from 1977, was a very strong supporter of Yitzhak Rabin. I chaired his young campaign of Rabin against Shimon Peres, and for me, Shimon Peres was a devil.
He was a competitor, I mean.
Yes. Now, you have to understand that if you are involved in a political campaign, you see the other as an enemy.
Right, and it's a lot of blood and sweat and tears that you're putting into that. So.
My good friend, Nissim Zvili, who was head of the campaign of Shimon Peres, asked me whether I'm ready to be the spokesperson of the campaign. I told him that I have two conditions. One, that he is going also to attend the primaries 6 months later to the Knesset, so I can help him. And the second one, that I don't have to talk with Shimon Peres, to speak with Peres. Only with the heads of the campaign. I'll be part of this campaign, but I'm not his personal spokesperson. I'm not going to talk with him, nothing. He said, okay. It's the first day when I came to the office. There was a meeting. I said what I thought about the campaign at that time. And when the meeting finished, Peres took his suitcase and went to the car. His spokesperson at that time, a girl, took her papers and went to the car with him. He said, please stop. I want Yoram will come with me. He went to Ashkelon. You know, I'm very brave. But when a former prime minister at that time is asking you to join him in his car and to go to Ashkelon to give a negative answer and say, sorry, Mr. Peres, I have an agreement that I don't have to talk with you, it's a little bit too much. So I went into the car, and that was a love story that began at that time and finished yesterday.
What did he say in those moments that changed your mind about him?
I saw his first of all, his personality. He is a very unique person. That's something I noticed in this 50 minutes between Tel Aviv and Ashkelon. And he asked me to reach people on the phone, members of the party, that he wanted to ask them to vote for him. And I remember what happened, because I'm very polite, and I was young. Once I was also young. And, you know, I made a phone call. The one who answered said, member of the Knesset, Shimon Peres, wants to speak with Mr. Kirchuk. Okay? He said, no, Yoram. That's not the way to deal with people. Whoever will answer, if it is a wife, please give me her on the phone. And second, not member of the Knesset Shimon Peres, not Mr. Shimon Peres, not Prime Minister Peres. Say, Shimon wants to talk with her. And he took the phone and started the conversation and said, hi, Natasha, how are you? How are your kids? I remember 2 years ago there was a bar mitzvah. What are they doing now? And maybe your husband is at home. Can I speak with him? So
He was a person of the people. I mean, he knew how to connect.
First of all,
yeah.
you know, he knew all the 100,000 members of the Labour Party. He knew exactly with whom is he speaking, and I do it randomically, not by lists that he knew. You know, he had the list. These 10 people are talking. He had the paper about everybody. No, he knew any activist of the party and any member of the party. Such Shimon Peres.
So, as strategic advisor, you helped Peres get elected as president. This is after he was prime minister. What do you think helped you guys win that election? What was it about Peres that made him such a good representative
First of all,
of the state?
really his personality. That's one. Second, he works very hard. I think he spoke with any one of the 119 members of the Knesset, maybe also to himself, and tried to convince him to vote for him. That's, you have to understand, it's person to person. He really spoke again and again, and by phone, and a meeting, etc. And he is Shimon Peres. And this time, we didn't make mistakes, because the advisors are making mistakes and he is winning or losing. And we didn't make any mistake, and every single member of the Knesset, opposition or coalition, we were in the opposition and the coalition at that time, but he worked again and again and again, and he won.
So there's just been news that Abu Mazen, the Palestinian president, is going to be attending the funeral. He wants to be coming. What is your take on that? What is that going to mean for the future of Israeli-Palestinian relations, or will it not matter at all?
I don't think it won't matter. And, you know, it don't say anything to me. You know, it's a funeral of a friend. More because in my relations with Shimon Peres in 26 years, he is no more a mentor. He becomes a friend. And when you are going to a funeral of a friend, you don't care who is coming, whether President of the United States, President of Russia, President of the Palestinian. It's not politics, it's friendship. And I know that Shimon Peres, by the way, always told me that there is a funeral politics, because there is a gathering and meeting of heads of states, and they are making politics. But what will come out from it,
do you think,
I really don't know.
Do you think that Abu Mazen, or Abbas as Americans know him, coming to this funeral will send any message about the chance for peace in the future? No.
I don't think so. I think he's looking to the international community. He don't want to build an image that he is also anti-Shimon Peres. He will say, you saw, I came to the funeral of a peacemaker. I'm not ready to meet with Netanyahu because he's anti-peace. And
yeah. Well,
on Sunday, nobody will remember that Abu Mazen was here or not, and what will happen. Nothing will happen.
Well, tomorrow is going to be a long day for everybody, and hopefully we can all get through this and continue to carry on his legacy.
We will get through. Nothing will happen. Tomorrow, now I'm speaking like Shimon Peres, the sun will shine again, and we will look forwards. And that's the way that we have to live. And you know, we are at the eve of Rosh Hashanah, which is the beginning of the year, according to the Jews. We'll have, and I wish to everybody a Shana Tova, which is a happy New Year's, a peaceful years, and a secure year.
Yeah. In the name of Shimon Peres, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.